All right, so what does the Rajasthan saga mean for the Congress party and the future of these personalities that we are talking about? More importantly, the future of the Congress party. Is this a case of just a count which Mr. Gehlot can manage or achieve? Remember, he's been the principal troubleshooter for the Congress party whenever an Operation Kamal has happened anywhere in the country. Or is this a countdown for his government to go? Javed Ansari is a senior journalist who spoke to Sachin Pilot yesterday, where he seemed to have made certain claims and also wrote a piece right here on NDTV.com, is now with us. Smita Prakash, editor of ANI, is also with us. Thank you to the two of you. Javed, let me begin with you. What is your sense? You've been covering this party for a very, very long time. You know these leaders, the way they operate, the Gandhi family, the dynamics basically. This time around, what is so different in the dynamics that it is becoming very difficult? I mean, look at a situation like this where Sachin Pilot is not even resigning. His MLAs are not resigning. He is not putting forward his demand. He is refusing to meet Rahul Gandhi, and he is not joining the BJP also.
Look, there are no full stops in politics, and there's nothing definitive in this current situation. However, having said that, there are a couple of things which are clear. Sanket, one is the Congress party's insatiable appetite for self-destruction. Two, the Congress High Command, as we know it, does not exist. There, after the series of setbacks, the Congress High Command is now enfeebled and weak, and its command does not run as it used to. The principal mistake was made soon after Ashok Gehlot was appointed Chief Minister. The Congress leadership ought to have sat both these leaders down and laid down some clear ground rules according to which they ought to have functioned. Both sides should have been given, it should have been made clear to both sides that they have no option but to work together. Sachin feels aggrieved that he believes that what was rightfully his was taken by Mr. Gehlot, but the situation, they could have still managed these contradictions. The test of leadership is also managing contradictions. They could have managed it. They took a hands-off policy. They should have been a lot more hands-on, ensured that Gehlot gave Sachin enough elbow room, enough importance and enough respect that, he should also have been made to feel a part rather than just made a deputy chief minister in name. There is no post as deputy chief minister in the constitution. He was made in name and yet, palmed off at two insignificant portfolios. And not made not only was he not made a part of a scheme of things, he was also, to add insult to injury, they foisted this case on him, and he was sent a notice under the sedition law, the very law which Rahul Gandhi had promised to throw into the dustbin where his party voted into power. So, when you cannot wish away problems, you need to solve them, resolve them.
So you think that Mr. Gehlot did not play the gracious senior that he ought to have played to Sachin Pilot at the very least? Okay.
Certainly.
Okay. Desh Ratan Nigam is also with us. The political analyst, views slightly aligned to and many people argue really aligned to the RSS. Mr. Desh Ratan Nigam, thank you so much for joining us. I want to ask you, a lot of the anger seems to be of the Congress party seems to be directed against the BJP, that the BJP is doing this. First of all, I want to know from you, how much of a BJP footprint do you see in an emboldened Sachin Pilot, where he's not even willing to speak?
I don't think I see any BJP footprint out here. The BJP's footprints they may start once the issues are settled this way or that way in this crisis.
Interesting.
So if you look at it from the admitted facts, there is a grave crisis in Congress, and numbers can only be settled in a floor test. Whether you have 100, 110 right now makes no difference, and whether Sachin Pilot has 30, 35, 40 at this point also does not make any difference. If there is a dispute with
one moment, Desh Ratan Nigam, I would like to stop you. You say that Sachin Pilot has 35, 40.
No, I'm making a presumptive guess. Okay. Even when I said if Mr. Gehlot has 110, 120, or there is a counter claim that Sachin Pilot has 30, 35, 40.
Yeah.
So that dispute can only be settled on the floor of the House.
Floor of the House.
So
correct.
this, and therefore this scenario is moving towards that end. And secondly, the crisis, even if there is some kind of a temporary reprieve, the crisis is not going to get over for the Congress. Even few minutes back, the Youth Chief Congress of Rajasthan has tweeted that in Rajasthan, what matters for the Congress is sycophancy of Gehlot. So what you're seeing, more people are coming out and speaking against Gehlot now. So if you look at whether it is a countdown for Gehlot, it can be seen in two ways. That his CM-ship goes and Sachin Pilot becomes a CM, or his government goes and some other government comes in.
Okay,
So
but then
these are
what
the
sort
two
of a message
possible
does that send out to other leaders that you can blackmail the party and get your way? I've got Dr. Manoj Rajoria, BJP MP, who this is his home state of Rajasthan. Dr. Rajoria, let me ask you this question. A lot of the Congress's anger is directed in the direction of your political party, that you are responsible for the goings-on in their party, that you have been trying since 2018 to destabilize the Congress party. You have done it in the past and you're doing it again in Rajasthan.
Sanket ji, I think this is absolutely failure view and failure attitude of the Congress. That's why they are coming down and they are declining continuously. Just before half an hour, a MLA, a very senior MLA of Congress, Hemaram Chaudhary said on your NDTV that what are the situation in the Rajasthan, that the law and order situation, every situation in the electricity situation, farmer situation, he's clearly senior MLA of the Congress said that the farmers are in difficulty, electricity bills are rising up, law and situation is worsening in Rajasthan. Even Deputy CM Sachin Pilot so many times said directly on the Twitter or in the media also, the law and order situation, the serving to people of the Rajasthan, Ashok Gehlot government is absolutely failure. This is not said by only BJP, this is said by the everybody people of the Rajasthan and as well as the Congress MLAs also. This is the one failure. Second failure is the central leadership of the Congress, the Srimati Sonia Gandhi ji and Rahul Gandhi ji and other senior leaders of the Congress. They are absolutely failure to follow any kind of the ideology. They are unable to meet their MLAs. They are not giving their time to them. Even Ashok Gehlot ji give SOG notice to their MLAs, their deputy CM, and ACB cases they impose them. Even means Ashok Gehlot is threatening to their MLAs only, and deputy CM also. So what they will think? They are unable to control their family and they are alleging them. Ashok Gehlot ji making allegation on the Congress MLAs. They are sellable. They are just like a goat and horse. Who is saying this? No BJP leader are saying like that only. Only Ashok Gehlot is saying like that only. Means they are decreasing their reputation in their area. They are decreasing
so you're saying
their
that
reputation.
the sort of position that Ashok Gehlot and the Congress party has taken will alienate the Congress MLAs who are aligned to Mr. Sachin Pilot a little further. It will alienate them further. That's the claim that Dr. Rajoria is making. Am I correct? Dr. Rajoria, am I correct in this summary?
Yes, of course, of course. Not only MLAs which are who are with Sachin Pilot, but MLAs who are with Ashok Gehlot also. They are feeling insulting.
Okay. Supriya Shinate, national spokesperson of the Congress party, is also with us. Smita Prakash, editor of the ANI, and Ambassador Pawan Verma, former Rajya Sabha MP, is also with us. Thank you so much, all of you all now joining us. Supriya, let me come to you since we are talking about your political party. Your party seems to be extremely confident to have the numbers to sail through if there were to be a floor test. At the same time, a second olive branch has been sent to Mr. Sachin Pilot to come and attend the CLP meeting. But the fact that this drama is playing out in public, in state after state after state, and more so in Rajasthan, that too when the Chief Minister has been the principal troubleshooter. Whenever there has been any Operation Kamal-like situation, it is Mr. Ashok Gehlot who's in the fray all the time. Do you think that this is, at the very least, embarrassing?
I will begin by first actually telling Mr. Rajoria, I'm really touched by his concern for the Congress party, for our flock, for our leadership, for our MLAs. I'm so very touched by the BJP. Because the BJP comes lusting after power the moment they see they can put a foot in the door. They have done that in 10 states. There are 10 states where they did not have the electoral popular mandate. They went with bagfuls of money. Look at what they've done in Goa, Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh, Manipur, Nagaland, Arunachal Pradesh. I can go on and on and on. So, Mr. Rajoria, I'm extremely touched by your sympathy. I'm extremely touched by your concern as far as the Congress party is concerned. But thank you and no thank you. Keep it to yourself. As far as the Congress is concerned, yes, there is a difference of opinion. And yes, there are differences between the Deputy Chief Minister and the Chief Minister. Should they have been resolved earlier? Of course, they should have been resolved earlier. But are they unresolvable? Absolutely not. And the top leadership of the Congress party, some of the most responsible, important people are in touch with him. And I think it is a matter of time before these issues can be resolved.
But where's the face-to-face dialogue? Supriya, I want to understand. See, you're saying the top leaders of the Congress party are directly in touch. I heard Mr. Randeep Singh Surjewala say the same thing. But dialogue does not happen. I know this is the day and age of social distancing where things happen via Skype. But you'd much rather sit down and talk, no? Face-to-face?
But Sanket, I'm presuming that sit-down doesn't have to happen in NDTV studios. Those can happen over phone calls, they can happen over Zoom calls. How do you know meetings have happened or not happened? So I'm saying, the media is being very presumptuous about what is the nature of this dialogue.
I mean, are you engaged in a conversation? Are talks?
Well, I'm certainly not engaged, but my seniors are definitely engaged and I know of such engagements. Absolutely, I do.
And are you making,
and I can verify.
Are you making considerable progress?
I think we are. I'm quite certain that this issue will be resolved. Could this issue have been avoided? Absolutely.
Okay, Smita Prakash.
This is a difference of opinion.
Okay, Smita Prakash, I want to know from you, as a news agency which is always at the forefront of getting these sound bites, instant reactions, whether it is an Om Mathur reaction early in the day, the BJP's first reaction on this crisis, to members of the Sachin Pilot camp, of the Gehlot camp. What's your assessment been today and also since 2018? Is this a point of no return now for Sachin Pilot?
No. There's nothing called point of no return in politics. I mean, there I agree with Javed that, it's never over till it's over. But apparently the government, Gehlot's government doesn't have the numbers that they were claiming. Earlier you saw those pictures, the smiling pictures and, everybody holding hands with victory sign and things. But things are moving, it's fluid. And that is why you saw the second invitation to Sachin Pilot and his groups made by Surjewala just a short while ago. If they had the numbers, you wouldn't have seen that. And if those Zoom calls were so good and bore fruit, then you wouldn't have seen the second invite going out. You wouldn't have seen resort politics continuing. Everybody would have gone back home. But they are sitting put in the hotels right now. I mean, there was no need for Gehlot to sit in the hotel. He could have gone back and nobody knows where Sachin Pilot is. So the point is that are they going to sink their differences? What are the options available for Sachin Pilot? Frankly, he has it's just Hobson's choice. There are rumors floating that he will accept some kind of a compromise if portfolios are offered to him. But that would be a cop-out, because what one had heard was that he wants nothing less than chief ministership, and going by what most people think, that he should have had this earlier itself, because when he was Pradesh Congress chief and he was appointed that by Rahul Gandhi, he's the one who scripted the victory for the Congress party. And just like Amrinder Singh or Baghel became chief ministers after being Pradesh Congress committee chiefs, Pilot should have become as well. Now it's a question of nerves and numbers. One needs to see whether Pilot can continue with this standoff and how long, and who reaches Raj Bhavan first, because it doesn't seem like there is a compromise in the offing. And if this continues for a long time, then we will have to focus on Raj Bhavan to see if any of them go forward and ask for a floor test, because it's quite clear that the BJP is going to be going to fish in troubled waters and see that there is more such disruption that happens, and there is a floor test which is ordered.
Absolutely. So, the numbers game will play out in the assembly. There's no doubt about that. But Ambassador Verma, I wanted to come to you about this whole theory of humiliation. Sachin Pilot's humiliation or this perceived sense of humiliation. I mean, here is a person who joined this party in 2003, became MP at the age of 26, became a central minister at the age of 32, PCC president at 36, and a deputy chief minister at 40. I would say that's great progress under normal circumstances.
Well, Sanket, I really want you, please, after the developments of yesterday and today, to move the analysis from the contingent, the immediate, the unfolding, to the substantive. The substantive is that there is an ongoing humiliation of the Congress party.
Well said.
There is a crisis of leadership. It's not about an individual only. There is a crisis of leadership in what was the mother of all political parties in India. That leadership lies, unfortunately, with a family. That family is incapable of leadership. Simply put, and today an entire party is being held to ransom by the ordained principle that merely on account of lineage, you can continue to have leadership defined in a family while the party flounders. So you have a situation where a contest between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Rahul Gandhi ji is a no-brainer. This is not I don't like to make personal comments. But you cannot hold in perpetuity a party tied to a family which is unable to reinvent itself. Earlier on your show, Mr. Abhishek Manu Sanghvi, a good friend of mine, spoke about red flags. The real red flags the Congress party needs to see is the imperative, as of yesterday, of reinventing itself. That reinvention is impossible. Take the case of Mr. Rahul Gandhi and Mr. Sachin Pilot. Mr. Rahul Gandhi is not the president of the party. He was. He's not the vice president. He's not been the leader of opposition. He is not a general secretary of the party. He has not been a minister in the past. He is an MP from Wayanad, and it is to Mr. Rahul Gandhi that the most ancient of parties in our country, based on solidly democratic principles, goes to resolve a crisis which should not have occurred anyway, with better handling. You know, in 1959, Jawaharlal Nehru was asked this question. When Mrs. Indira Gandhi was to be appointed the president of the Congress party, Jawaharlal Nehru was asked by a hostile press whether he is trying to work out a succession, a dynasty. And he said these exact words are, I am not grooming her. Mentally, I am opposed to the idea. This is where the Congress party came from. And today, you have a situation where successive electoral defeats, failures of organization, of anticipation, of preemption are ignored. Leaders continue to leave, the party hemorrhages, and this abundance of talent which there is in the Congress, like in all political parties, grassroots leaders,
feels isolated. Okay, Supriya. Yeah, one moment, Supriya. I just wanted to hear what the point that Ambassador Pawan Verma wanted to make. Now that he has completed his point, your right to reply. He has made certain observations. Please go ahead.
He is at will and he has absolute freedom to make observations. I have a counter question to ask of you. When I go to Maharajganj and I ask my people who do they want as leader, and they say, Rahul Gandhi, what should I come and say in Delhi? Should I say what the media houses are saying? Should I say what guests in television studios are saying? Should I say what the Twitterati is saying? Or should I say what the average Congress person in my district wants? And I think the average Congress person in my district wants Rahul Gandhi as their leader. So I cannot look away from the demand. And as far as Rajasthan is concerned, there is no denying the fact that Sachin Pilot is an absolutely capable, very, very strong leader. He's done wonders for the party. But the reality also is that after the elections in Rajasthan, the Congress Legislative Party got together and the MLAs elected Ashok Gehlot as their leader. Majority of them have set their allegiances to Ashok Gehlot-led government. Can we deny this democratic process?
So you're
Can we
saying
turn
that
an
this
eye-
assumption
turn a
by
blind
Sachin
eye?
Pilot that just because he's PCC chief, he should be entitled to that throne. Actually, the key word over here is a sense of entitlement. Do you think it's that sense of entitlement which is creating a problem in the Congress?
No, absolutely not. I think Sachin Pilot is a very hardworking, bright, very
I'm
strong
sure he
leader
is.
of ours. He has every right to be ambitious. He has every right to want
There
to
is
be
a
Chief
difference
Minister, but there
between
will be
being
a time when
ambitious
it is
and
going to
having
be
a sense of
right.
entitlement. Two different things.
No, I don't think there is a sense of entitlement at all. I think he's a hardworking person. He's wanting to be in the Chief Minister's chair. There will be a time when he will be. I have no doubt in my mind he'll have a meteoric rise.
Okay,
in the
very
look at
quickly.
his rise so far.
Javed Ansari, very quickly, do you think that right now, and I keep wondering about this, has Mr. Sachin Pilot reached a point of no return? You have answered this question in the past that there are no full stops in politics, but the extent to which he has gone, do you think that he will be able to win back trust in the party if he were to come back?
Look, again, nothing is impossible provided there is goodwill and good intent on both sides. A lot will depend on circumstances. A lot will depend on how the Congress leadership, how Mr. Ashok Gehlot treat him. A lot will also depend on whether Mr. Sachin Pilot's heart and mind is into this or not. Because what are the options? What are the options on the other side? He can form a regional party. Forming a regional party is one thing. Running it and remaining relevant is quite another. He might be squeezed out in this bipolar polity in the state between the Congress and the BJP. Or the other option is join the BJP and do what? Then what will Vasundhara Raje Scindia do? Again, that same situation, because Vasundhara Raje Scindia has been Chief Minister thrice.
True.
She's worked to build up the party. Will she be forthcoming and open him and welcome him with open arms? So there are no easy answers. He just has to be practical, and more than practical, he needs to be sensible and to do the right thing.
And patient, perhaps, Doctor. You know, this point that Javed is making.
This is a problem with the youth. You know,
everybody. Come on, Mr. Javed Ansari. You're quite youthful yourself.
No.
Pawan Verma.
You know, I have a 32-year-old son, and his patience levels are a lot less than mine. So I speak with experience.
I think the time for patience in the Congress party is over, by the way.
Okay. You know, this point,
Pawanji, it took you many years to lose your patience with the party that you were in.
Exactly.
Yeah, but now
I was going to say that.
Okay, sidelines. This is a conversation on the sideline. Thank you. Thank you, Javed, for a little comic relief in an otherwise very serious political story.
I am not here to make personal scoring points.
Oh, absolutely.
I am saying the Congress party is a venerable institution. It was run on democratic principles. It had grassroots connect. It had capable leadership. It's floundering today.
Yeah.
Congressmen and congresswomen should understand this. The Prime Minister himself said there needs to be a strong opposition.
Okay. Smita Prakash as well as Dr. Rajoria. Smita, before I come to you, I wanted to ask one question of Dr. Rajoria. Dr. Rajoria, ये जो point अभी जावेद अंसारी बोल रहे थे कि अगर Congress, if Sachin Pilot plans to come, of course, right now it's hypothetical, but if he shifts to the BJP, like a shift happened in Madhya Pradesh, then the leadership issue is still going to be unresolved. For instance, if I were to ask you, who's going to be your chief ministerial face if there would be a BJP government in Rajasthan? What would your immediate answer be?
Sanket, this is absolutely a hypothetical situation just now, because we cannot say that Sachin Pilot is coming in BJP or BJP in contact with Sachin Pilot. These are the absolutely hypothetical things only. And
but would you agree, see, you're from Dholpur, don't you agree that Vasundhara Raje is the tallest leader in the BJP?
Of course.
So that's exactly the problem. I guess that's weighing on the mind of Sachin Pilot. It'll be from the frying pan into the fire for him.
Of course. He will think everything, and he will think everything. We have a lot of leadership in BJP itself, and this is the issue of the Congress only, within Congress only. There is no role of the BJP, and there is no issue of the Sachin Pilot is coming in the BJP or just now.
30 seconds, please.
Okay, yeah, I'll give you the last word, Supriya. Very quickly, Smita Prakash. Sorry to keep you waiting, Smita.
May I come in, please?
Yeah, please. Smita Prakash.
Yeah, see, Pavanji is a student of history. He's written a number of books. So I will not contradict him, but there is a certain point I want to make when he spoke about Nehru not wanting Indira to succeed him. Maybe not, but she was groomed a lot. So she was groomed to take up the mantle, maybe not immediately, but she was. She was very much going to succeed Nehru at some point of time. The Congress knew it, and I think Nehru knew it too. So there I kind of disagree. The second thing, while lamenting about the Congress, to say that this is a new phenomenon of, the family ruling. Of course, it's not new. It's been there all along. Everybody knew that it's going to, Sonia Gandhi was going to have Rahul Gandhi take over from there. And whether he has the capacity or not, he's going to be there. He's going to be the president. And if somebody says that other than Rahul Gandhi, it can't be anybody else, and that it's a new phenomenon, these are not new things. Nothing is new about what's happening in Rajasthan. Destabilizing state governments is something which has happened all along in our history. The Congress used it 93 times to destabilize state governments. Does anybody forget in the 80s how Indira Gandhi sent Yashpal Kapoor and she did, I think 9 state governments were dismissed in the 80s so that she could get Rajya Sabha. So, please, let's not think that anything that is happening is something which is being done by the BJP, which is different. It is something which has happened all along in our history, and despite all kinds of things, all kinds of changes which have been brought in the laws, this is still something which we have not been able to sort out.
So strong leadership can tackle this, but the fact that Smita is mentioning, this is not new, and it's not limited to just the Bharatiya Janata Party. Desh Ratan Nigam and Supriya Shine, quick closing comments. Supriya, will begin with you and then Desh Ratan Nigam. Supriya.
There are 10 states where I can count where the BJP did not have popular mandate just in the recent past. And they have gone and usurped power through the money bags, through their agencies. What was the IT and the ED raid in Rajasthan all about today? If only Mr. Rajoria can answer that question for me. And a quick last point that I would want to make about Rahul Gandhi. He resigned as Congress president. Nobody asked him to resign. People have asked him to reconsider, but he has not. So it's not as if anybody is keeping the seat warm for him or anything like some of your experts are pointing out. He resigned as president. He gave his reasons for resignation, and he has not reconsidered it. So where is this debate going, and why are we debating whether this is being kept warm?
No, because everybody knows that he is not just another ordinary Congress MP, Supriya.
Which he is not.
I think it will be
because
naive.
He is our leader. Because he is our leader. He is absolutely not another congressman. Absolutely not.
And he begins his version of Man Ki Baat also tomorrow.
Absolutely, not his version.
Desh Ratan Nigam.
Desh Ki Baat. We know one guy who does Man Ki Baat, and where we
after
have
making fun of Modi's Man Ki Baat.
Okay.
He is not doing Man Ki Baat. No, ma'am, you're wrong there. Wait for the video to be out, listen to it, and then pass your judgment. It will be kind of you to do that as an expert.
Last word.
As a spokesperson, of course, they can pass their judgments.
Desh Ratan Nigam.
See, I think one is missing a very important point out here, that Sachin Pilot is craving for CMship within the Congress. But is it true? Suppose it's a hypothetical situation. Suppose after the floor test the government falls and he goes over to the BJP, would he be craving for CMship or not? Or some kind of a central role for him? So that point probably is being missed. And let me tell you, the problem lies with the inept and incompetent leadership at the high command level in Congress, nowhere else. That is what I think I wanted to say, which Pawan Verma actually said it.
Okay. Smita Prakash, Desh Ratan Nigam, Supriya Shine, Ambassador Verma, a very young Javed Ansari, and Dr. Rajoria. Thank you so much, all of you for joining us and discussing the future of the Congress. Let's hope that this is an internal problem and the BJP does not fish in troubled waters. Tomorrow is another day. Good night and goodbye.